Nicaragua. Well, it's a cloudy 81 degrees here in Panama City. 25 miles per hour winds coming off the coast to give the players that much comfort in this very important Group B match tonight. In Group B, Panama set the tone with a 6-1 win over Dominica. Nicaragua, 3-0 winners over Anguilla. They are 2 points behind the pace of Panama in the goal difference column. Nicaragua will be looking to rectify that tonight. As for Dominica, they are yet to find their first points for the tournament. They'll be looking to bounce back after that crushing defeat. Well, we have some players to talk about tonight. For Nicaragua, Sander Peralta had 2 goals in that 3-0 win, and his strike partner, Nastali Campos, had the other goal as they line up in a 4-4-2 formation tonight. And those 2 forwards up top for Nicaragua are posing problems for teams with their pressing and their finishing. As for Dominica, Jalm Alexis, the speedy number 9, won the penalty versus Panama, and Kalik Prost converted the penalty to give them their only goal in that rout versus Panama. Well, the teams are in the tunnels getting ready to come out in this very statuesque and historic ground, the Estadio Romel Fernandez. It is one of the hosts of Panama's national team events, and it was created back in 1970. Historic as it is the perfect venue for this Concacaf U17 format. Well, 34 teams have entered the qualifiers in this very, very limited fixtures. They are separated into 8 different groups. Only the top teams from each group will qualify for the ultimate goal, the World Cup U17 World Cup later this year. There can be no mistakes in this group. Only 4 teams, so the points are scarce and each game is at a premium. This Nicaragua team, understanding what it takes to keep pace with Panama, will try to be aggressive up top and try to get as many goals as they can. As for Dominica, they're going to try to be spoilers tonight in trying to tip the scales in their favor and try to get back into Group B. Well, the officials, Nicaragua and Dominica, the players that are taking the field, will have the national anthems for each side. Then we'll have the team lineups. We'll meet the officials and have first half kickoff in just moments. This Dominica team boasting their captain, Peyton James, the Houston Dynamo Academy player. The number 10 will be looking to use his creative spark today to spur on this Dominican team. As for Nicaragua, their defensive captain, Eduardo Rodriguez, the number 4, will be trying to marshal the troops and keep yet another clean sheet for La Azulita. Los Pinoleros, as they're known in these parts, the Central American Giants of Nicaragua, didn't have to travel too far to get to Panama City as compared to Dominica, which is an Eastern Caribbean island. Their flight would have to go right over the Caribbean Sea to get to Central America and into Panama City, which is not too far from the infamous Panama Canal. Going to have Panama in their all-white strips today. And coach Yusil Bertrand has made 3 changes in his lineup. Roxanne Coipel comes in, Shaquan Gustavi, the number 15, and number 19, Mario T.J. Lewis, make their debuts in a 3-5-2 formation with wingbacks of Carlique Prevost and the captain Peyton James. Will have some wide play tonight. Match officials: Jean Alexandre from Haiti, Clennon Daniel, Christian Alvarado, and Orlando Alvarado, the 2 Guatemalans on the team as well. 2 captains in the middle. Dominica's call. Dominica chooses side. Nicaragua has the ball. Can Nicaragua keep pace with Panama, and can Dominica, through their creative number 10, keep pace? As for Nicaragua, they just make 1 change. Andres Zavela, the number 20, comes in for Samuel Wilson on the left-hand side. Nastali Campos, Sander Peralta, and the 2 midfielders, Edwin Zapeda and Mario Montenegro, will be the creative players tonight in this very blanketing 4-4-2, in which Nicaragua will be looking to find goals early and often. Well, the picturesque Estadio Romel Fernandez hosting this Dominican bench, who will be getting an opportunity. Players such as Kawan Harris, Ewan Oscar, and Che Etienne will be looking to get back into the game, as goalkeeper Aidan Burton will get between the posts. As for Nicaragua, Samuel Wilson, who didn't start tonight, will be looking to get back in. And the goalkeeper Carlos Munoz, who did not save the penalty, actually didn't have much to save actually against in his first match against Anguilla. Will he be tested tonight? Referee Alexandre checks the sidelines, and we're underway. La Azulita, Nicaragua, going from right to left in their blue. Dominica in all white. Dominica lining up in a 3-5-2 formation, matching the 2 forwards that Nicaragua are posing on the other end, as both teams making it very clear that goals are needed. Ball over the top. Campos trying to get onto it. And a high kick coming from the defender, number 18, Mari Zamora. So dangerous play. It was Zamora right at the back of Ocampos. So a free kick in the opening minute for Nicaragua, in a dangerous position. May not be the perfect angle. You would want it just a little bit more central, but enough for Mario Montenegro to really be excited about this set piece. Montenegro up and over. And that just clipped the post on the way through. Montenegro liked what he saw. It had dip, it had curl, and it just bit the post on the way through. Central Americans that close to taking a 1-0 lead. Well, they get the ball back immediately. Here's Johansen Saravia, the left back. And Dominica just trying to get out of their own half at this moment. Their forward Jamal Alexis, who's as quick as lightning with the dreadlocks up top. Lucille Bertrand, well, he has a lot on his mind with that huge defeat to Panama 2 days ago. Zapeda, recycling, and here's the skipper, Eduardo Rodriguez. Trying to slip it through was Wilson. And Campos goes to ground again and gets the free kick again. Dominica, you can understand their eagerness. But Roxanne Kuipel has left his feet and laid into Campos. The physicality is there. Didn't get any of the ball, and there's the follow through. Coach Holver Flores trying to guide his team to their first ever World Cup U17 tournament. Well, the set piece specialist, Montenegro, having a look. Plays it on the ground, top of the box, shot. Oh, and it's through the wickets and in the back of the net. Nicaragua take the lead. Edwin Zapeda gets his name in lights. And La Azulita take a valuable 1-0 lead. Montenegro went to the ground this time. A free kick drawn up in the backyard. And it went right between the arms of Aidan Burton. That was one of those mishaps that Burton is going to stare at the ceiling tonight and want to have that one back. A regulation save by a goalkeeper turns into a goal for Nicaragua. Nicaragua 1, Dominica 0. Zapeda gives them the lead. Well, that is 4 goals unanswered for Nicaragua so far in this tournament, and Dominica can't get the ball out of their own half. Beautiful play on that right-hand side. Zapeda going all the way back. Saravia finding his captain. No Ariel Gonzalez tonight to partner Rodriguez. Again, the ball over the top. Again, looking for the 2 forwards. And this time, Burton makes a save. Lovely leave. That was Zamore. Well, not the best ball handling by Chiquan Gustave. Saravia. And it's going to be a goal kick for Dominica. Last touch coming off of the goal scorer, Zapeda. And I think that's the furthest that Dominica's progressed the ball, just past the half, and now it's right back into their defensive third. Now it's Rodriguez coming short. Montenegro has a deft touch of him. Crossed by the midfielder, as all the way through, and Zapeda at the back post couldn't convert. Well, despite the goal under his belt, he would have thought he could have done better. Burton came out. There was no goalkeeper in the post, and Zapeda couldn't convert. Well, in the opening 6 minutes, goalkeeper Aidan Burton is having a nightmare. Free kick this time goes in Dominica's direction. was the number 20, Andres Zavala, who just came in. He was the only change for Nicaragua, replacing the centre-back, Ariel Gonzalez. Ball bouncing. Looks like it's going to be a handball coming from Sandel Peralta. Asking the referee. The handball may have been inadvertent, but if it allows the player to control the ball, it will be penalized. Out by Rodriguez. Nicaragua pounced on some goalkeeper errors against Anguilla 2 nights ago. They got most of their goals from the goalkeeper spilling or pushing it within the direction of the forwards. And that's when Campos and Peralta cleaned up. Alexis can't keep control. And a chance, just a little window for Nicaragua to break. Twisting and turning, but nowhere to go. Saravia. Coming short is Zipara. Slipping it through to Campos. In the middle is Peralta. The lines being cleared by Hamilton. Swung in from Inestroza. Zipara. Campos gets it back to him. Left footer tries the early cross. Saravia doesn't like what he sees, and Rodriguez little mix up between Campos and Saravia, but Nicaragua get it back. Coming up after this match, the host, Panama, will take on Anguilla. Panama enjoying the fruits of playing at home. That 6-1 win over Dominica. And they'll be licking their lips, seeing what they can do against Anguilla in just about 3 hours' time. Kept in. And the referee, Alexandre, has other ideas. Dominica in this 3-5-2 will be looking to get it wide with their wing backs to provide some width. Through by Hamilton. Referee says play on. Dominica on the ball. First real touch for James. Clips it inside and a shot from way out. Well, you can't really blame them, Dominica. It's the first time they saw any sort of window or daylight towards the Nicaraguan goal. And Jamal Alexis having some stern words to his midfielder. 10 minutes in the books. Zepeda with a ball between the arms or under the arms of Eden Burton to give Nicaragua the lead. On that far side, across the face of the goal. Campos can't get there. Huge clearance coming from Pascal. Saravia. Zavala. Just using the width of the field. Back to Saravia. Coming wide. Zepeda finds Campos. On top of the penalty spot, cleared by Pascal. And this is trouble, top of the box. Twisting and turning. Superb physicality. But the referee has seen enough, and it's a handball coming from the number 10. Zepeda. He doesn't like the push. Roxanne Koipel making sure he knows exactly where Zepeda is and using his body. Taken quickly. Can Dominica find some rhythm in this sequence? And the answer is no. Coach Bertrand walks away in disgust. Apologies. That was Pascal Saravia. Erazo switching sides. Montenegro dispossessed. Alexis. And an important tackle coming back from Ariel Gonzalez. Saravia. Little chip over the top. Out by Pascal. There's the diminutive midfielder Erazo, who shows a deft touch on the ball, keeps things moving along in the center circle. So crucial in a 4-4-2 that the two center midfielders, Montenegro and Erazo, do not make any mistakes with the ball. That's why they are two supreme ball handlers in the middle of the park for Nicaragua tonight. Cleared away by Rodriguez. And this time the Caribbean island, Dominica, gets a free kick. Ines throws that right back tonight. Four white shirts in the box. Clipped in. And is it a corner? The ball went over the line before it came off a Nicaraguan player. And that's Koipel, the right back, coming all the way up for the free kick. Gonzalez finds Campos on that far side. Nicaragua across the face of the goal. And a foul coming in from Peralta. Well, the number 7 has 2 goals under his belt. Poacher type goals against Anguilla. Trying to do the same thing tonight, but it went right through the defender. And that was Koipel. Alexis can't stretch his legs as Gonzalez and Rodriguez are in his hip pocket. And the number 9 can't believe it. He is pleading his case. And the assistant referee is convinced, and so too the referee. Gonzalez. Well, you see Nicaragua already hit the post from a fantastic free kick from Montenegro in the opening minute of this match. And again, Peralta. Shot from way outside. And that is going to be a goal kick for Dominica. Well, pressure is not easy on any level of the game, and at this point Dominica starting to soak up the pressure as Nicaragua are imposing their will. Bounces, Peralta. This time Burton gets a hand to it. And now given away, Saravia in full stride. Top of the box. Zepara. 2 left footers in Saravia and Zepara. No one to cut in on the right. Alexis screens it off beautifully. Trying to lay it back. And a chip into the box, and the first test off the crossbar. Carlos Munoz with his first save of this tournament. And it was as tricky as you can get. Slide tackle, Nicaragua just clearing their lines. Well, what looked to be a hopeless half cross, half shot proved to be a nightmare for Carlos Munoz, who had to back right up onto his line. He pushed the ball onto his crossbar. And luckily Gonzalez was there to clear. Frustration coming from the goal scorer. That was Kalik Prevost. And this is the save. Very awkward for Munoz. And looked to be a hopeless attempt. Well, it almost was like a Harry Potter sort of goal. Written off of his line. And the distribution is 2 stars on Yelp. Now Alexis in full flight. Could he get there before Munoz? And Munoz eventually gets to it, and Alexis is still bewildered. Ball played through the middle by Abraham. Alexis won the race, but he had to leave his feet, and there's Munoz. Peralta now. He goes down, referee says play on. Saravia. Gustavi can't keep possession. Here's Saravia again. Zepara. Early cross from Campos. And too much mustard on it. It is going to be a throw-in for Dominica. Well, both teams have hit the crossbar so far in the opening 20 minutes. Montenegro first, then Abraham from about 35 yards out. Almost pulled a Mary Poppins type of goal. Magic from a hat. Eduardo Rodriguez. And it is consistent on this left-hand side, finding Zapata and Campos making that run. Referee says to get up. Goal kick for Dominica. Well, this is going to bode well for Dominica. That was Mario T.J. Lewis, who was at the back of Campos. Referee Alexandre. This ball is given away. Montenegro. Montenegro! Well, Britain is growing in confidence, and that's a good sign for Dominica. His distribution. Beautifully to Abraham. Going to ground is Estarosa. Looking inside, Kalik Provost. Nicaragua clears with Erazo. And now it's a foot race. Now it's Peralta. Peralta! Trying to just use the outside of his foot to find that far post. It would have been magical. But with 2 goals already in the competition, you have to understand the confidence of Peralta at this point. Prevost. And Dominica's starting to get into the match now. Abraham. Enes Struza. Here comes Nicaragua again with Montenegro, who wants to slow things down. Montenegro. With that deft right foot, showed too much of the ball, but the referee has thought better of it, and it's going to be a free kick for Nicaragua. That was Lewis just clipping the Azulita. Fouls at 6 apiece. Dominica has shown to be physical in their defensive third. Nicaragua no different in the middle of the park. Montenegro, he's going to want to get this ball just to the left of the penalty spot, where there are 3 blue shirts hovering. And here it is, headed out by Pascal, only as far as Saravia. Change of pace by Rodriguez did not get the better of Koipel. Ariel Rodriguez. Referee Alexandre just coming across to have a quick word with Edwin Zepara. Physicality by Koipel, just getting a little warning, and that warning is proving to be fruitful for Nicaragua. James earns a free kick. That's just going to provide a little bit of relief for Dominica. There's the statuesque James, the Houston Dynamo Academy player. What an opportunity for Caribbean players to have the MLS youth clubs, and so too the USL League One and League Two, where younger players can come in and get exposed to professional football from an early age in this region. Streaking through is Montenegro, does not win the free kick. Chipped over the top. Well, we mentioned the avenue for Caribbean players. Central America, well, they already have a very, very well-known club, Real Esteli, in Nicaragua, in which 9 of the players on the field play for Real Esteli. In Central America, things like the Central American Cup, and of course 3 tiers of leagues in each country, allows younger players to be exposed to the highest levels of the game at a very young age. James. And Enes Struza loses his footing. It's going to be a throw-in for Dominica. Hamilton. Pascal, and now with a heavy touch coming from Zepeda. He is again, Zepeda, trying to find Peralta. Pascal. Just seems to be a little disjointed for Dominica, trying to build the ball from the back. Dominica, despite the heavy loss to Panama, did have the game at a 2-1 deficit in the middle of the first half. And the man goes to ground, ball to the byline, top the penalty spot, Peralta shot. And Burton with a foot save to keep the score at 1-0. James. Alexis goes down, no call for the referee. Well, just like that, Nicaragua turned on the afterburners, got to the byline, put it right on top the penalty spot for Peralta. And the number 7 just couldn't find the corner. But nonetheless, excellent reflex save by Burton. Javon Hamilton. Lofting it. Can't keep control. Saravia goes to ground. And the referee is going to call for a free kick for Nicaragua. Montenegro. You have to say Nicaragua has had the better of the exchanges between the two teams. Really cross, out by Hamilton, actually Pascal. James can't get through the centre-back pairing of Gonzalez and Rodriguez. Zepeda. Zepeda, thinking about it. Cross by Peralta. A chance for Nicaragua, and he spoons it. Andre Zavala is going to dream about that one tonight. Beautiful ball in from Peralta. It beat all the defenders. The first touch by Zavala was majestic, but the second one, a horror show. Here's that cutback by Peralta. And Zavala just skied it into the stands. Alexis. Abraham to his left. And his Stuza closing in. Losing his footing, Abraham, and now he's injured on that far side. Nicaragua play on. And this time, referee Alexandre is going to attend to the Dominican player. Meron Abraham, who is a tricky customer on that left-hand side. Just trying to make a sharp turn, and the footing of Estadio Romel Fernandez gave way, and so did Abraham. Well, that's going to leave a mark on the pitch. Well, as Abraham gets attended to, Coach Flores is going to remind his players of the game plan, and so too Coach Bertrand. Abraham back on his feet. Good signs for Dominica. 8 shots to 2. Tells his story of the traffic. And it's Nicaragua who are dictating the game, the pace of the game. Of those 8 shots, Burton has 2 saves. And you have to say that Nicaragua has been wasteful in front of goal. Peralta had a great chance. Zavala, the best of chances. "15 minutes remaining in Panama City in this Group B match between Dominica and Nicaragua. La Azulita have a 1-0 lead. And that lead comes from this man, Edwin Zepeda. Offside the call, and that will give a coach an ulcer when a wide player is caught offside. Excellent touch to James. And his touch has let him down. Gonzalez. And Estroza. Trying to play it over the top. Late runs coming from the midfield to join Peralta and Campos. Here is Campos. Back into the path of Zepeda. Zepeda to the byline. Squares it across. Montenegro! Good save by Burton. And the finish. Beautiful finish in the end. Well, you can't have Montenegro anywhere around the penalty area. His touch, his technique is superb. And the fans that have shown up have been treated to a fantastic finish by Montenegro. That was the first bite of the apple. The second was a huge chunk. Britain's foot save. The second was a tap-in with the side foot, full of class and accuracy. The first power, the second all technique. Like a putter on the green. Beautiful finish by Montenegro. You can see why he's the set-piece taker of this team with technique like that. Mario Montenegro gives Nicaragua a 2-0 lead after 33 minutes in Panama City. Zepeda, Montenegro, and that goes along with the 10 shots towards the Dominica goal. And Estruza keeps it in play. Zavala. And those 2 goals make up for the 2-goal deficit within the goal difference column with Panama and Nicaragua. However, Panama plays tonight against Anguilla on this ground. 8 p.m. Eastern. Campos. Montenegro off the crossbar. And the finish. Well, Campos was dreaming of a second goal in this tournament. Look at the strike by Montenegro. A save by Burton. And Campos just mistimed the header. What a save by Burton. Got a finger to it. And mistiming his jump was Campos. Hence he just couldn't get it back on goal. Well, it could so easily be 4 or 5 thanks to the woodwork. And the midfield of Nicaragua is humming like a Mercedes-Benz on a highway. Zavala sipping it through. Beautiful pass. In Estroza! Offside the call. The right back saw his name in the headlines in Nicaragua tomorrow morning. Beautiful finish. But his run was a little too early. Score remains at 2-0. Well, Aidan Burton, you can give him all the blame for the first goal, in which Zepeda converted from outside the box, went through the arms of Burton. But there's nothing the Dominican goalkeeper can do about that strike from Montenegro. Did a fantastic job to prevent the first effort, but the second was all class. Zepeda. Inside, Campos. Out by Hamilton. Free kick for Dominica. Now is Saravia coming all the way up for the attack. Pascal's clearance. It's just Alexis on an island. Clipped into the box to the far side. Zepeda off the crossbar. Hamilton clears. Well, they're going to have to start donating money to this Estadio Romel Fernandez, Nicaragua. The amount of times they've hit the woodwork. Across the face of the goal, Peralta can't get there. Top of the box. Montenegro collides. Gonzalez clears to safety. Well, I've counted 4 times that the ball has hit the post or the crossbar in this half. Forgive my math, but I think that's close enough. Excellent stop by Inestruza. Montenegro. Zavala. Trickery on the far side. Beautiful delivery on top of the penalty spot. Laid back for Montenegro. This time it was Campos rather. On his left foot. Had the chance to nod in the 3rd goal for Nicaragua. Britain was beaten. There was no goalkeeper. But the bounce was high and Campos just mistimed his header to turn it in. This happened, of course, 5 minutes ago. Abraham. Alexis. Could only find Saravia. Have to love this 4-4-2 setup. Beautiful run by Peralta. And he's onside. Peralta. Oh, and Britain has brought him down. And this could spell the end of the Dominican goalkeeper. Let's see what referee Alexandre has in store. Was he the last player? He's gone to the back pocket. Now to the front pocket. Looking to the linesman. And by Joe, he's now forgotten all the pockets. Somehow. And that is it. Referee Alexandre really didn't have a choice. He looked across at his assistant referee to get confirmation that there was no one in the vicinity of Britain. He was the last player. And there was Peralta. He was about to round Britain and tap it into an empty net. And the number 7 has been brought down by Aidan Britain. And now Dominica's troubles have just been exacerbated. Down 2-0, and now their goalkeeper, Britain, has to head to the showers. And it looks like Roxon Koipel, the left back, or the right back rather, for Dominica, is thinking about taking the gloves. Well, he's halfway dressed. We have Dricol Alexander and Edric Augustin rather. So Coach Bertrand thought better of it, and Koipel has just put back on his shirt. And in comes Dricol Alexander, making his debut in the tournament. What an opportunity for him. Aidan Britain has been red carded for bringing on Peralta. And this allows the substitute goalkeeper Alexander to make his debut for his country in this qualifying tournament. Well, you can feel the nerves from here for this young man. As the 4th official, Orlando Alvarado, the Guatemalan, is just getting the paperwork ready. Passport stamped, visa checked. And it's time to put the numbers up. Huge greeting from his centre forward, Alexis. Referee Alexandre just making it very clear to the captain, James, why Bruton was sent off. So someone is going to have to be sacrificed for Alexander to come in. Which of the outfield players is going to have to say goodnight? It is number 11, Naron Abraham, who got some medical attention on that left-hand side about 7 or 8 minutes ago, will depart. Dominica down to 10 players. The goalkeeper sent to the dressing room. And the reserve goalkeeper, Alexander, comes in for Naron Abraham. Now, he's not out of the woods yet. Alexander is going to have to face a very dangerous Enes Stroza, the right back. Then you have the left-footed Zepeda. And this is more in his park, his territory. The angle favors the left footer, but there's always a surprise with the Central Americans. They can sell the left foot and hit it with the right. This from about 25 yards out. Can Alexander be tested? And can Zepeda add to his account? Zepeda, beautiful strike, great save by Alexander. It was low down to the right, and the reserve goalkeeper says hello to everyone. It's the referee, and it's going to be a drop ball in favor of Nicaragua. There's the strike, and there's the save, fantastic save by the reserve goalkeeper. It was well struck, it was dipping, and he had to get two hands on it. Peralta, Alexander again, and a finish. Excellent stop by Pascal. Alexis, they're not out of the woods yet. Zepeda. And you can hear cries coming from a player. This looks very serious. Medical attention being called. It is Roxen Kuipel who has collapsed on the near side. Was making very odd and rare groans you'll hear from someone. And Kuipel has come to the sidelines looking for assistance. And the medical staff. This is the collision right, and the knee right into the chest of Kuipel. Immediately look to the sidelines. There's the knee right into the chest, the left of the chest. Alexander had no idea where his defender was, understandably. And we have a very serious medical situation here. We can only hope that this was a minor injury or a short-term injury. But Kuipel's reaction was almost a cry for help. Stumbled to the sidelines and collapsed at his coach's feet. Five minutes of injury time to be played. And that is the least bit of information that any of the players have on their minds. The Nicaraguan players are coming across in hopes that Kuipel is okay. The medical staff, the Dr. Obinga Charles Oladel is their physical trainer, Enoch Lee. Physiotherapist Elijah Popo. And the medical staff of Estadio Romel Fernandez that is provided they have also come to Kuiper's attention. Somber scenes in Panama City. Nicaragua putting on a show, but all of our attention has now turned to the right centre-back, number 7, Roxon Kuiper, who took a knee in his chest from an onrushing Decoy Alexander. Goals coming from the number 10, Zapeda, that went underneath the arms of Eden Burton. Then a fantastic strike by Mario Montenegro to make it 2-0. Then Eden Burton was sent off just minutes ago after Peralta had a 1v1 chance with him. Incoming Alexander. There he is, hands on hips. He made a fantastic save from the ensuing free kick and then came off his line to clear the ball, and his knee went right into the chest of his centre-back, or right-back, Kuiper. Of course, it was inadvertent. And the assistant coach, Wayne Allen George, will take his opportunity to remind and give his players some direction in getting the ball out of the back. Here's Erazo, the centre midfielder. And Nicaragua can smile about their play and their performance. Montenegro, the centre midfielder, has been pulling the strings and scored an absolutely classy goal. Almost scored in the first minute of the match, where his free kick hit the post. It beat Eden Burden at the near post, and the woodwork came to the rescue, which it has done for well over four different moments in this first half. 5 minutes of injury time was put up on the board to play. We're now 4.5 minutes into that, so not sure if the referees will begin the 5 minutes as soon as play resumes, or will allow the players to go to the dressing room at the half. Roxon Kuiper is still being attended to on this near touchline after goalkeeper Alexander collided with him inadvertently. Alexander's knee to Kuiper's chest. Kuiper immediately tried to make his way to the sideline, collapsed at his coach's feet. His coach, Lucille Bertrand, in red at the bottom of your screen. He was standing right there where Kuiper went down, clutching his chest and making groans. The medical staff was summoned by referee Alexandre. And now the Dominican players can only stop and wait to see the fate of their player, Roxon Kuiper. The 2-goal cushion that Nicaragua has now makes it 5 goals to the good in this tournament thus far. 3-0 winners over Anguilla 2 nights ago on this ground. And now Koipel is being stretchered off. And referee Alexandre is heading back to try to resume play. And it's going to be a change, understandably. Number 2, Asaf Banis will check in. And of course, Roxanne Koipel, who all our thoughts are with at this point, has been subbed off. It'll be the second substitution for Dominica in this first half. And now the number 6, Erazo, will get us back into play. Montenegro trying to slip it between the traffic to Peralta. Montenegro can't give him too much time. Inestrosa on that left foot, beautiful curling delivery, and Peralta was not too far off. Well, he's a poacher of goals, Peralta. He got his toe onto it and couldn't redirect it into the bottom corner. You're seeing 5 minutes of injury time added. Oh, and James has been pulled to the ground, and this is not going to be good news for Saravia. And James immediately gesturing to Alexandre, asking, what are you going to do? And looks like the left back. There are cries from the sideline saying he was not playing the ball. James hit the deck in full stride. And it seems that the left back Saravia will elude referee Alexandre's yellow card. Munoz already tested tonight. A 35-yard effort from Abraham, who's already been subbed out, was pushed onto the crossbar, but James, will he test Munoz again? Actually tried. He tried to go for the near post. And it went very high and very far over the crossbar. Inestrosa switching sides, looking for Zepeda. Now Zepeda, his opening goal in the opening 10 minutes, set the tone for Nicaragua and put Dominica back on their heels. Pascal's clearance. Alexis. 1v1 against Gonzalez. Only James up to the left. And it's going to be a corner kick for Dominica. They're first for the match. Can they get something back before the end of the first half to give them something to work towards in the second? James. Lofted. Headed out by Guatemala, by Nicaragua rather. Chip back to the last post. Out by Inestrosa. Peralta. And this is Banis, the substitute. Clip back into the box, and Munoz will gather. Zavala. Montenegro makes a late run. Throw in for Nicaragua. Referee checks his watch. Maybe the last sequence of the half. Clever back heel. Inestrosa. Back heel by Peralta. Still not out of the woods yet. Saravia. Well, he escaped the yellow card. Saravia. And the clearance by Pascal has found no one. Rafael Alexandre not happy with the blade of grass in which the ball was thrown, and will do it again. Out of play, it will be Dominica's throw-in. Back and forth we go on this near side. Here is Banis. Picked off. Montenegro, he's everywhere. Ines Strusa. Zavala to his right. Zavala slipping it through. Offside would have been the call. Understandably, Campos just let it run. And that is the end of a very eventful first half. Nicaragua up 2-0 over Dominica. We've had a terrific goal by Montenegro. A goalkeeper error for Zepeda to score his first. We've had woodwork being hidden. We have a red card and a horrific injury to Koipel. All our thoughts are with him. In the meantime, Nicaragua are strolling to the locker room, up by 2-0 over Dominica. When we come back to Estadio Romel Fernandez, we will have first half highlights. Concacaf 2026 men's U17 qualifiers continue in Estadio Romel Fernandez in Panama City, Nicaragua. Actually, it is the first effort coming from Montenegro. His effort hits the post. That's how close La Azulita came to scoring. Then the opening goal coming from Zepeda underneath the arms of Burton to give them a 1-0 win, a 1-0 lead in the opening 10 minutes. It was Zepeda's first goal for the tournament. Then Munoz on the other end, tested by Abraham. His save against the crossbar. It was the best effort in the opening 20 minutes for Dominica. Awkward save for the keeper. Got a hand to it. Crossbar to the rescue. Then Peralta finding Zavala on the far side. His first touch was great. His second was woeful. Could not finish. And the score remained 1-0. Then Zepeda's cross falls on Montenegro. Fantastic save by Burton, but the follow-up by the number 8 was clinical. Popped back out to the midfielder. Technique all over. Classy finish for 2-0 for Nicaragua. Then Montenegro again. Saved by Burton onto the crossbar. And there was Campos trying to find his second goal for the tournament. Couldn't convert. Great save by Burton though, from the effort from Montenegro. Zavala's cross, Peralta laying it back, and his strike coming from Campos over the bar. Then Peralta breaking free, and Burton had no choice but to bring down the number 7, and he was shown a red card. Ensuing free kick. Fantastic save by the reserve keeper, Alexander. Zepeda looking for his second. Alexander had other ideas. That was the end of the first half. Two 0 the scoreline after the first 45 minutes, and Nicaragua are just rampant. 20 shots to 3. 9 of those shots are on target. Ball possession 70%. Corner kicks, believe it or not, Dominica have the edge, but they're also down a player. So Nicaragua will be looking to add to their tally as they try to catch Panama in the top of the standings, as Dominica try to hang on in the second half. Nicaragua 2, Dominica 0. We'll be right back in Panama City.
Just about ready to go. There is the whistle. It's all the way through, and there's the finish. We are underway. Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers.
We are back in Panama City for this Group B match between Dominica and Nicaragua. Peralta has had his say already in Nicaragua's 2-0 lead. Dominica down a player. They have 10 players on the field. Their goalkeeper Eden Burton was sent off after tripping Peralta on a 1v1. Elma Inestroza at right back has provided width and service. Munoz has been tested. Munoz has been tested. He's tipped a shot from 35 yards out onto the crossbar to keep this score at 2-0. And Dominica, with the defense of Pascal Hamilton, and once was Koipel, who was severely injured, had to be taken off. And now Nicaragua are going to their bench. Number 16, Brian Correa, will check in. Correa plays for Real Esteli, just like majority of the team. And number 15, Axel Calderon, will come in. First two substitutes for Nicaragua, and the third substitute for Dominica will take place. Number 8, Eoin Oscar, who played against Panama 2 nights ago, comes back into midfield. Alexis is still on the pitch, so too the number 10, Peyton James. And Dominica trying to get us underway, and Nicaragua, in all their eagerness, are showing their cards that they would like to increase this lead as far as they could. So when they do play Panama, they will have the advantage. Panama, as you remember, defeated Dominica by 6-1 at this point after 45 minutes. Nicaragua just up 2-0 in comparison. So free kick for Dominica. It'll be the statuesque big man at the back, Alain Pascal. Offed to this near side, headed out by Saravia. Here's Correa, his first touch. Saravia. Inside is Montenegro, switching. Campos. And it's going to be a goal kick for Dominica. Alexander, whose knee hit Ruxan Koipel in the chest, and forced the defender to be substituted at half-time. Pascal. No outlets for the big man. And a collision coming from Saravia on that far side. Montenegro. Untidy touch. Peralta goes down, a heavy challenge. And the number 7 has collapsed into a heap. It was take no prisoners sort of challenge. There was Banis, the substitute, came on in the first half. So free kick for Nicaragua. They have the left-footed Zepeda, who already has a goal under his belt tonight, and the right-footed Montenegro. And the reserve goalkeeper, Decoy Alexander, who has made a fantastic save right after coming in from Zepeda on the other end. Will look to be tested by Montenegro. Up and over the wall, and a good save by Alexander again, and the follow-up over the bar by Saravia. It was a dipping, knuckling free kick. Alexander got his hand to it. Wasn't very convincing by the reserve goalkeeper. Right into the path of the right back Saravia, who couldn't convert. Alexis is dispossessed, and here comes Nicaragua again. Enestrosa, Correa. It was Zavala who was taken off for Correa. Zavala was actually getting his first bit of action in this match. Didn't play against Anguilla. Montenegro. Four blue shirts in the box, all on top of the penalty spot. Drilled in. And Montenegro looks back at the footing by the corner flag, but he had one thing on his mind: to test Alexander. Apologies to his teammates. Nicaragua retreat. Here is Gonzalez. Inestrosa with space. Trying to look inside. Correa. Clipped it back in. Alexander heaves it down the field. Just Alexis on a very narrow island in between Gonzalez and Rodriguez. Calderon makes the run. As Zamore was giving a talking to by the referee after that challenge on Peralta. Munoz trying to be very clever, but Alexis was in the hunt. Coming inside is Zepeda. And on the outside is Inestrosa. Correa. Really ball in. Out by Zamore. And winning the free kick is Peyton James, the Houston Dynamo Academy player. Over the top, too many hands onto the back of Gonzalez, and it's going to be a free kick. Rodriguez breaking lines. And there was a heavy challenge. Just a little bit of a sign being sent. That was Banis, the substitute, who went to ground on the challenge on Saravia to the byline. Hooked it back across, but the missed kick means a goal kick for Dominica. Just over 7 minutes gone in the second half. Dominica 2, Nicaragua 0. Ryan Davis with you. Panama City, Estadio Romel Fernandez. This historic stadium wasn't always called Estadio Romel Fernandez. It was called Estadio Revolucion. As you guessed, the Revolution Stadium. To the byline. Lovely tackle again by Banis. Stopping Zepeda in his tracks. Corner kick for Nicaragua. And the young right back has been tackling with vigor and accuracy. Montenegro. Pushing and shoving. Referee Alexandre is going to have to do some housekeeping. It was Erazo and Pascal. Montenegro with the angle. Headed out. Alexis gives chase, and now it's 2v1 on the other end. And now James is offside. Well, we looked at little opportunities. James did not read the sequence very well. If he stayed onside, it would allow him to be a target for Alexis, just to head it to him, and then he can sprint towards goal. Just drifted into an offside position, and that evaporated his option. Calderon. Excellent stop by Zamore. He thinks it's a goal kick, and showing his disappointment. The left-footed Zepeda takes it short, gets it back. Zepeda, player goes down, and it's going to be a free kick for Dominica. Dominica are pleading that it was a serious offense off the ball. Referee Alexandre is not too sure. Pascal is holding his mouth. There's no VAR to assist referee Alexandre. He only has the eyes and ears of himself and his assistant referees, and he's going to be yellow carded for tangling with Erazo. Pascal can't believe it. So Pascal joins Zamore for the yellow card, and Erazo is the first Nicaraguan to be carded. Well, when it rains, it pours. Just ask Pascal that question. Zepeda was looking for the angle for the shot, and there was a collision, top of the 6-yard box. You could see Erazo's hand outstretched. Well, the elbow anyway. Bounce ball. A drop ball for Dominica. Fourth official comes across to the assistant referee, asking if there was an impediment, just to give referee Alexandre some assistance. That is Clinton Daniel, the Grenadian, having a quick discussion with the fourth official, Orlando Alvarado. As the officials try to even things out, referee Alexandre is just waiting for the go-ahead for the drop ball for Dominica after he cautioned Erazo and Pascal. And now he's pointing to the sidelines for maybe a substitution. Here is the fourth official, Alvarado, being very animated on the sidelines. Clearly something was seen from the sidelines. And now he's going to ask Pascal, who had an injury to his cheek or mouth, that he has to go to the sidelines to come back in. Fourth official picking up ground like that. Calderon can't get there, through in for Nicaragua. Calderon. Inestrosa. Little chip over the top. Alexander, as eager as can be, can understand this reserve goalkeeper. He's done very well since coming on for Aidan Burton. Nicaragua 2, Dominica 0. Zepeda, Montenegro in the first half. And an hour gone in this match, and Nicaragua very eager to add to the scoreline. At this point, they are even on goal difference with Panama. However, Panama play Anguilla next at 8 p.m. And Panama will be looking to increase that scoreline of that goal difference. In a few days' time, Nicaragua will play Panama. This one a reverse pass, onside. A chance for Nicaragua. 3-0. Peralta gets his goal. his third for the tournament. And Nicaragua get their third tonight. The reverse ball was divine. Montenegro unselfishly lays it across to Peralta and he taps it home. The kiss of the badge. And La Azulita are up 3 goals to the good now. Montenegro again in the thick of things. He scored the second, set up the third. Nicaragua 3, Dominica 0. Sander Peralta gets back on the score sheet after scoring 2 in the first match against Anguilla. Saravia, the left back, will come off. Number 9, Edgar Manzanares to check in. Saravia looking to the sidelines, unimpressed. Dominica make a change. Jamal Alexis comes off. Tyrone George comes in. Alexis has been a lone striker up top. And Erazo, who is cautioned in centre midfield, quite smartly has been taken off by Coach Flores. Excellent back here by Peralta. Inestrosa's cross. Alexander punches it awkwardly. Clearance only finds, guess who? Montenegro. His shot dipping. Well, you can't blame him, Montenegro. He's full of confidence and his technique is usually a lot more astute than that. Pascal. Missing the header. Cepeda showing off his skill, but Dominica get a piece of it. On that far side. Back into the path, a chance for Nicaragua. Fantastic tackle from behind. He got all ball. What would have been a certain goal-scoring opportunity was snuffed out with a superb tackle from behind. The cross from this near side. It was Peralta's delivery. Montenegro. And a chance again, and a miscue. Nicaragua on the doorstep was Manzanares, who just came in. It was his first touch. What a delivery from the left-hand side. That bounced awkwardly in front of Manzanares, but he was right on the doorstep. And now the substitute Banis. It was Joel Souza who replaced Saravia just moments ago with a fantastic teasing cross. And there was Manzanares, who just couldn't keep it down, hit his heel. And now the substitute Banis is going to need medical attention. Physiotherapist Elijah Popo. So this time, referee Alexandre makes it very clear to Banis that he has to head to the sidelines to then re-enter from the halfway line. Nicaragua, who are desperate to increase their goal difference, have to be let down with Manzanares not being able to convert from 6 yards out. Pascal's clearance. Oscar dispossessed. Inestrosa looks inside. Calderon took too much time. Well, Alexis is back on the pitch. James gives chase, and here comes Munoz. Well, it's never easy for goalkeepers whose teams are just dominant in open play. Munoz has to be on call at any moment as his team rules the roost with possession and chances. And that is a pinging pass to Inestrosa. Gets past his man. Inestrosa to the byline. Top of the penalty spot. Pascal to the rescue. Oscar. And offside the call eventually. Calderon in the thick of things. 65 minutes gone. Nicaragua 3. Dominica 0. Peralta. Dispossessed beautifully in midfield. Towed into James. Alexis ahead of him. Somehow gets it to Alexis. Hooked back to James. James! Oh, and they get one back. Superb strike by the Houston Dynamo Academy player. They've often been left 2 versus 4, and somehow Alexis and James work their way into the box. James hooking it back. Alexis is turning. Have to say poor defending by Rodriguez, but James made no mistake. He turned, and a thunderbolt through Munoz's arms has dragged one back for Dominica. Nicaragua through. Dominica 1. Peyton James gets his first goal for the tournament. Here they come again. Confanao. And was there a touch? Assistant referee points to the corner flag. Dominica not only have a goal, but Peyton James, the goal scorer, has a corner. Well, is there more drama to unfold? 6 white shirts to pick from. They're in the hunt, Dominica. Floated. Not the best of deliveries by James. Back, bicycle by Alexis. Excellent reverse pass by Alexis to create the goal for James. Inestrosa finding Peralta. Making the run to this near side, Manzanares. Collision, you can hear the thud. And Nicaragua clean up. Sosa. Floated into the box. Tried to be parried down by Peralta, who gets it back. Inestrosa with time. Driven across. This kick by Oscar. He gets it back though. Still Oscar, dispossessed. And he recovers well. Taken quickly. Manzanares. White shirts all around him. Inestrosa nonchalantly gets past James. Calderon. Rodriguez finds Sosa now. Back into the path. Played inside. A chance for Nicaragua. He turned on his heels and a beautiful finish. But the whistle has been blown. And the offside flag has come up from assistant referee Clinton Daniel. Slide tackle by Oscar. Referee says play on. A chance for Nicaragua. Now it's 4. Beautiful finish in the end. But it came with a price as Zepeda limps off. He gets his second. Nicaragua not interested. They head right back to the halfway line. Played in by Manzanares. But a calm finish by Zepeda. Alexander got a fingertip to it, not enough. And they retrieve their 3-goal lead. Nicaragua 4, Dominica 1. Zepeda gets his second. Bit of an entanglement, and somehow Nicaragua get it back. They are hungry for goals. Sosa trying to float it to that last post. And Dominica can get the end of this. No, they can't. It's going to be a throw-in for Nicaragua. Korea playing at left back. Here's Sosa. Calderon to his right. Inestrosa. Floated to that back post. Alexander off the post. Goalkeeper Alexander tried to come. Never got there, and Manzanares had an empty net. Oh, and Oscar hit it right against his own player. Nicaragua trying to pour it on. Sosa back inside. Manzanares goes to ground. Referee says play on. Alexander punts it, trying to hit it to the next coast. Fantastic tackle by James. The whistle is gone. They're going to say that Inestrosa was the culprit. It's going to be a free kick for Dominica. Well, 3 goals in this second half. 2 from Nicaragua, 1 from Dominica. And Dominica have some belief after getting the goal from James, their captain. And this time Nicaragua pick up a cheap free kick with Calderon. Cepeda goes out wide. Korea on that right foot. Calderon switches. Inestrosa. 5 blue shirts. Pascal miskicks. An offside call. When the delivery was made, Manzanares was in an offside position despite it going through the legs of Pascal. Now Alexander has collided with another of his defenders. It's Zamore, who is in agony this time. That was a miskick by Pascal. Manzanares did a great job to finish, to tuck it home. But when the ball was played initially, Manzanares was in an offside position. It was not a back pass. So that rule is squashed. Score remains at 4-1. And the number 10, one of the stars of the show, Edwin Cepeda, who has 2 out of the 4 goals, will be substituted. Enrique Hernandez to check in. The number 10 did his job tonight and provided the cushion for Nicaragua to play in. It is the 5th substitution for Nicaragua as Dominica go back to their bench. Tyrone George checks in. And the number 5, Caleb Dangleben, comes in for Gustave. Five substitutes apiece. And because Dominica had to make one of those substitutes for their goalkeeper, they will have another one at their disposal. Rodriguez looks inside for Montenegro. Sosa. Offside the call. No excuse for Sosa, who had a very good look at the back line. Montenegro is frustrated. Pascal's clearance falls kindly for Oscar. Dispossessed by Sosa, who's come all the way back after being called offside. George wins the free kick. Inestrosa with space. Gets it back. Inestrosa. Pascal is there. A mighty wall of Dominica. Peralta goes down, and the referee has called for a handball against the number 7. Went down far too easy for referee Alexandre's liking. Thundered away by Pascal. Collision with James, and Nicaragua get it back. Hernandez. Calderon doesn't provide all that much width with a right foot on that left-hand side. Hernandez. Oh, and an inadvertent back pass from Peralta. And Nicaragua keep possession. Correa. Looking inside, Sosa. Montenegro driving. Outside of the foot by Calderon, and Alexander made the most of it. Inestrosa. Montenegro comes off a Dominican player. Referee says play on. Not sure of the call, and the player is asking to be substituted. It looks to be Mehdi Zamore, who threw himself in front of Montenegro and got the ball right into the left or the right cheek. Now that, my friends, is like getting a left cross right to the jaw in a boxing match. His head snapped back, and he is shaken up. And his first question is, what day is it? That was scary. Montenegro. We know how he can strike the ball. And from 5 yards away, hit Zamore right into his, almost above his cheek by the temple. We've already seen one horrific accident with Kuipel colliding with his reserve goalkeeper, Alexander. Alexander's chest into Alexander's knee into Kuipel's chest, who collapsed on the sidelines in front of his head coach, Lucille Bertrand. And the medical staff took over 8 minutes to then get him off the field. So the second Dominican player carted off tonight. Dominica down to 9 players, to the liking of Nicaragua. Is Javon Hamilton. Well, they're playing with pride, Dominica. James goes to ground and wins the free kick. Well, it was all arms coming from behind James from Inestrosa. Now James has distance to work with, but the angle is not the best. So Dominica, now with just 10 men on the field. Question is, Did Zamore make it back on the pitch? Teron George is in the vicinity with James. And the referee having a quick discussion with Oscar and Manzanares. George seems to be very interested. Munoz showing a lot of angle to work with on this near post. George. Well, the bait was set by Munoz and George bit hard. Trying to curl it into that near post. Manzanares went right through the back of Pascal. And the diminutive Manzanares showing his power, upending Pascal. Oscar's header. Very untidy at the moment, but Dominica just can't seem to advance. Manzanares gets past the first challenge. Peralta's into the box. Making the run on top is Calderon. Calderon! Just in front of him. Inestrosa. Inestrosa! Saved by Alexander. Montenegro. Still Montenegro. Driving forward. Goes down. Peralta. And Peralta is offside. And Montenegro is asking for the penalty. Offside by Peralta, but he's telling the referee the penalty, the infringement happened before. And asking for the penalty and receives a yellow card. You can understand the frustration of Montenegro. A lot of contact being made on the number 8. Looks to the sideline with a demonic stare. Montenegro yellow carded. Nicaragua have back possession. Peralta. Has to retreat. No, he does not. Peralta again. Stays in play. Lovely tackle. Coming from Hamilton. James turns. Peralta gets it back. Manzanares. Peralta has to tow it. A little bit of mix-up between the 9 and the 7. More like 6s and 7s rather than 9 and 7s. Booming kick by Pascal. Free kick for Dominica. The host Panama play against Anguilla at 8 p.m. tonight. They will take the stage just over an hour. And Hernandez has been given the yellow card. He's now the 3rd Nicaraguan player. Impeding the free kick, while Dominica wanted to take it quickly. Mario T.J. Lewis with the responsibility. Lofting it to this near side. Just trying to head it back across, but it falls nicely for James. James cutting back on that right foot, swings it in. Out by Rodriguez. Taking too much time in the middle of the park. Nicaragua counter-attacking. Between the legs of Hamilton. Peralta. Calderon makes a run. Cutting back and sweeping move from Pascal. And the aggression, the intent was there, and referee Alexandre has pointed to the spot. Yes, he got the ball, but the intent and the follow-through from Pascal will not be forgiven. He went right over the ball and got all of Calderon. And deservedly, a penalty has been called. And Nicaragua will have the perfect opportunity to add to their lead. Calderon landed on his cheek. You can see the mark. Asking referee Alexandre for the ball. And Montenegro, the set-piece specialist, steps up from 12 yards out, looking for his second for the night. You wouldn't bet against him. The classy number 8 against the reserve goalkeeper, Alexander. Montenegro smacks it home to make it 5-1. And he wants the ball right back to increase this lead. Technique galore. No hips, no patting, with a challenge by Pascal. And he absolutely just put his laces through it. No tippy-tapping, just power. He had a dig, and it's 5-1. No chance for Alexander. Montenegro gets his second. Nicaragua increased their goal difference. Came in tonight 2 behind Panama. Right now they're at +4 in this match, which makes them +2 against the hosts. Sosa drives it. Panama will take on Anguilla at 8 p.m. They know what's at stake. Only the top team from each group qualify for the World Cup U17 tournament later this year. Nicaragua have never qualified for the World Cup. Before this, there was an actual Concacaf U17 tournament in which Nicaragua qualified on 3 separate occasions. But they want bigger things. Here's Peralta, trying to lay it back. Hamilton is going to get there. Nonchalantly gets past the tackle. Drives it forward beautifully, George. James makes a run. And he is tripped, and he asks for the referee for a free kick. Floated over by Montenegro. Sosa. Tanis is on him. And looking for the last post is Calderon. Well, he won the penalty after a dramatic challenge by Pascal. And James has run out of steam. Hernandez. Peralta. Rodriguez finds Correa on that right foot. Correa. Calderon clips it inside. Manzanares. Montenegro drifts past one. Beautifully done. Montenegro. Hernandez with time. Floats it to the last post. And white shirts have some room to play with. James. And not enough pace to get past Calderon. Manzanares. Peralta is onside. Peralta! Oh, good save by Alexander, but he can't stop the second. And the substitute, Joel Sosa, gets his name in lights. They want more, Nicaragua. They hustle back to the center circle. Peralta hooks it back Sosa follows through. Alexander got there first, but couldn't get there on the second grab. Terrific save from point blank, but there's nothing he can do with the follow-up, as Sosa makes it 6-1. Now the goal difference against Panama is +3 for Nicaragua. Panama and Nicaragua will have a date in the very near future, and that match can very well decide this group. And the spin of this ball almost made Munoz second-guess himself. Nicaragua want more time. They want more goals. Correa doesn't have much of a left foot. Cuts back on the right. Beautiful ball in. And it comes between two defenders, and a follow-up by Sosa. Does it count? It does. Sosa gets his second in a matter of 2 minutes. They're asking the referee for an impediment. Correa's cross. Two defenders collide. Manzanares, and there seems to be nothing wrong with the goal. Manzanares collided with Hamilton. Alexander got there, and so too Sosa. Dominica falling apart in the last 5 minutes. That's 3 goals. Joel Sosa gets his second in 120 seconds. The substitution with Sosa paying dividends. Nicaragua 7, Dominica 1. James's strike for Dominica seems to be an eternity away. Given away. Manzanares, one back. Oscar driving forward. James. George is in view. Still James. Referee says play on. Nicaragua, they will play on. Peralta. Calderon. Hamilton coming back. The slide tackle. Pascal holding off the first challenge. Throw in for Dominica. Assistant referee Daniel asking for Pascal to wait. It was Dominica's ball, and it was Inestrosa impeding the play. And the hand did catch Inestrosa in his face. Three minutes of injury time played. And now James has gone down, and he is pleading with the referee. The referee looks at his watch and just reminded James how much time is left. And the big number 10 asked for the foul here, didn't get it. And this is what his complaint was about. Pascal's throw. It was a mighty throw at that. Inestrosa. Calderon. Gonzalez. Hernandez. The captain Rodriguez. They're all inside Dominica's half, with the exception of Munoz, the goalkeeper. 21 players piled into the Dominican half. Rodriguez's cross. Out by Hamilton, only as far as Hernandez. Pascal heaves it away. George is there. Some relief for Dominica. Oscar, outside of the foot, looking for James. James goes down, looks at the referee. Play on. Peralta in space. The run by Manzanares to his right. Calderon to his left. Sosa in space. Is he onside? Sosa drives it. Corner kick. Is there enough time to play it? Take it quickly. Sosa. Hernandez. Driving it into the box. Calderon. George. And finally, the whistle has been blown. Nicaragua 7, Panama 1. The Central Americans did their very best to compile goals, and they did that. A dramatic game. It had red cards and goals galore. It had serious injuries. Tired legs all around. Dominica, they collapse in front of Nicaragua, especially in the last 5 minutes where 3 goals were scored. But Nicaragua, is there enough goals there to hold off Panama? Panama play Anguilla in merely an hour's time. Peralta, one of the stars of the show for Nicaragua. Alexander, the reserve goalkeeper, who had to come on after Burton was red carded. Dominica were brave. They fought hard, but just not enough firepower to keep up with the Central Americans. They get 7 goals tonight. Sosa came on and scored 2 in a matter of 2 minutes. And Orlando Alvarado is going to have to explain himself as Dominican players crowd around him. Nicaragua 7, Dominica 1 in a very heated battle between the Caribbean and Central America. When we come back to Estadio Romel Fernandez, we'll have all the goals and highlights next. Well, the Group B match between Dominica and Nicaragua being held right here in Panama City. Dominica coming off a loss, Nicaragua a win. And it was Nicaragua starting through their number 10, Edwin Zepeda, opening his account in the opening 5 minutes. And Nicaragua were just getting started in between the arms of Burton as they take a 1-0 lead. Then Zepeda hooking it back. Montenegro following through. Fantastic save by Burton, but nothing he can do with the second. Clever ball by Zepeda. Superb strike from Montenegro to make it 2-0. Then Peralta brought down. Red card for Burton. Alexander has to come in. Dominica down to 10 and down to 2. 2-0 at the half. Then Montenegro into the path of Peralta. He gets his first. Montenegro now has a goal and an assist as Nicaragua get 3. Peralta's 3rd for the tournament. Then Alexis. Reverse pass to James. His turn. A thundering strike past Munoz to make it 3-1. The Houston Dynamo Academy player gets his name in lights. No chance for Munoz. Manzanares finding, guess who? Zepeda. He gets his 2nd for the night. And it's 4-1 Nicaragua. He'll soon be substituted with 2 goals under his belt. Ball floated across. Manzanares hitting the post. Then a horrific tackle, and Montenegro makes it 5. Calderon brought down by Pascal, and Montenegro cleans up. Then Peralta finding Sosa to make it 6. And not long after that, Correa's cross, Sosa showing up after Manzanares made a nuisance of himself, and Sosa taps it in to make it 7. So the final whistle, Nicaragua rampant. Well, La Azulita needed goals tonight, and they got it. 7 of the best to get past Dominica by 7 goals to 1. 39 shots, 18 of those on target. Dominica were down a player early in this match, and it showed. Possession to Nicaragua. Everything in the stats box belonged to the Central Americans. Question is, did they get enough goals to hold off Panama? We will find out as Panama takes on Anguilla next, with Nicaragua now taking the lead with 3 points. But their goal difference at +9, Panama at +5. What can Panama do against Anguilla at 8 p.m. tonight? We will find out. Ryan Davis enjoying being with you on this incredible night in Panama City as Nicaragua, 7 goals to the good over Dominica. From all of us from the broadcast crew, my name is Ryan Davis. We're signing off. Thank you and good night.